what happened was I had my ACL reconstruction, the surgery, you know, and I'm sitting there in bed, and because of a fun little incident where my femur cracked a little bit, I got an extra little thing going on, and I had to be in bed for about 2 weeks. I was there for about 2.5 weeks, right, Mom? And so I'm sitting there in bed one day, and I was just bored out of my mind. I couldn't even believe how bored I was, right? And I looked around, and I don't know how it got there, but there was a little recorder, one of the plastic ones that you play in elementary school on the other end of the room. And so I don't know how I got my crutch. I kind of crawled over and got it, and I got back into my bed, and I got the recorder, and I was like, I don't know what this is all about, you know? Because I remember tooting around on it in middle school, or not middle school, elementary school. And I decided, you know what, I could use it to my benefit. Has anyone seen the old Willy Wonka movie? The old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah. Alright, well, as we all know, Willy Wonka gets out of a little food, and the Oompa Loompas come and they do whatever he wants, right? Well, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm in a bed. I need people to do things for me, right? So, the obvious answer is, I can learn to play this, and I can play songs, and then the people around me will know what I need, right? And so I figured out how to play it, and I assigned a song for everybody in my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my older sister, so that when I would play, they knew that I wanted them, and they knew which person I wanted immediately, right? So the first one I came up with was my mom's song, because obviously the mom was the person I most needed, right? So I'd be sitting there, and I'd be like, oh, man, I need a drink of water. I'd be like, my mom would hear that and be like, oh no, Steven's calling me. And then if she didn't come, I'd be like, still waiting. And eventually she'd show up and she'd come in and be like, what do you need? Now, the worst person was Catherine. I tried to get Catherine to come, and I'd have to play her song 1,000 times, and she just out of pure annoyance, she would come. Just because she would be so annoyed and irritated that she would come. But I chose this song for Catherine because she's kind of like the gopher of the family, you know. She's the one who get to go do the things.
Okay, you are.
I got the recorder, and I'm thinking, man, what would be good for Catherine? This just came out one day, you know.
Most annoying song in my life.
And then Catherine would finally come. That probably about 10 times, right? Now, if any of you have ever met my dad, well, in our family we have a little joke where we call the man Superman, right? Because it seems like he can do anything. When we used to travel to Utah, we used to drive, right? And we would drive straight the whole time. We would only stop to get gas. We knew if you wanted to use the bathroom, we better hold it, right? Because there was half a tank left, and, well, we weren't stopping. And so my dad, he would literally drive the entire time. And that's where he got his nickname of Superman, and it stuck, right? So for my dad, I play a little bit of the Superman song. It goes a little something like... My dad would come and be like, what do you need, son? And so I'd be happy because he was the one who always answered first. He and my mom, they were very good at answering. Now, Jessica and Rachel had already left the house, but I made one for them anyway. You know, Rachel was kind of like this. And so it went something like that, and then one day, Sister Ernie came over, right? While I was sitting there, Sister Ernie always brought me a piece of bread, or always brought me a loaf of bread. For my birthday, or for whatever ever it was, Sister Ernie makes the best bread. It's so big. And so, when I had my knee surgery, and I was sitting there, Sister Ernie brought me a big loaf of bread. Actually, she brought me a couple. I was very happy. And I was sitting there, and I was thinking, man, I need a song for Sister Ernie. What would be a good one for her? And I was sitting there, and it just seemed too perfect, right? Because we all know that Sister Ernie's in shape. She runs marathons, right? She's done that a few times. And so I picked up my recorder and I thought, and it just seemed too perfect, you know? I just imagined it. Because I was there when she ran the marathon on Thanksgiving one year. I was there with this, you know, we were helping with the marathon. I remember Sister crossing the line. I remember thinking that in my mind.
And it worked. Right? And so that's the recorder. I really like it. It's a fun little instrument. If you ever have a chance to pick it up and play it, it's really kind of a fun little thing. You can play around with it.
Tell him that one, what that is.
This?
You upgraded from.
I upgraded. I got a wooden recorder for Christmas one year. Because I wanted one. I had a plastic one before. It was one of those little $5 ones, but I wanted a good recorder. So my mom, she got me a recorder, and it's been a great little friend. I've used it various times. I've used it on my mission. A lot of times during, little baptismal services or during sacrament meeting, I like to whip this guy out and play. So it's a fun little tool. And it creates some good entertainment when you're bored. You start plucking stuff out. Right? And so, yeah. That's what happens when I'm selling it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, that's Fiddler on the Roof. So, I invite each and every one of you to be like the Fiddler on the Roof and develop your talents. Because as we all know, God gave each and every one of us talents. Some of them are hidden, some of them we already know of. And as we go out and as we try to use those talents and improve them and develop them, the promise that we have is that they will develop and they will multiply as well. And so, as we all know, if any of you have seen the Fiddler on the Roof, there's a guy there and he plays the violin and he's very good at it. And I imagine it's because he practiced. And so I invite each and every one of you to be like the Fiddler on the Roof. Find something that you like, that you love to do, that you can use to bless other people's lives, and develop it. Go for it. And I promise each and every one of you that as you try to go forth and develop your talents, you'll find even more hidden talents like that one. And you'll be able to bless the lives of others.